right, good morning, everybody. I know this is not ideal, but we are going to press through. For the first week, we're going to be doing rates, ratios, and constant of proportionality. So this is going to be a review from Unit 1. So when we started the year, okay? So let's look at what is a rate. When we're talking about something that is a rate or a ratio. So we have rate and we have ratio. What is a ratio? I'm going to compare two different things. Now I'm starting with ratio because ratio is the easiest one and does not take any math. So, for example, what we did in class, we talked about the ratio from boys to girls. In our classroom right now, we have 2 girls. So we have 2 girls. And how many boys do we have? It's probably about 17. Because I think we have 19. I think there's 19 of us in our class. So now, if you remember, how do we write a ratio? There's 3 ways. 3 ways. We can write a ratio as a colon, if you remember that. Okay, 2 girls to 17 boys. Or we can write the word 2, remember? Okay. Or, I'll use my eraser. You write it as a fraction. So you would have 2 girls over 17 boys. Okay? So that's 3 ways. Now, as I said, when we're doing a ratio, you don't need to do any math unless you have to combine items that are alike. So if you had ice cream cones, and I wanted to get a ratio of ice cream cones to soda, and we don't know what it is, right? So don't laugh at my ice cream cone, but I'm going to do that. And then I've got a soda with a straw, a soda with a straw, and another ice cream cone. Okay? Here, the only math we have to do is add these together, right? So if I add them together, I have 1, 2, 3 cones to 2 sodas. Okay? That's the only time you're going to have to do any kind of math for a ratio, okay? Ratio, you're just showing it as comparing those 2 items, okay? I'm going to erase our example. And down here, I'm going to say we write it as a colon or the word 2 or as a fraction. And this means fraction. Okay? That's our fraction bar. Okay? When we're talking about the rate, what you're trying to find is how much, it's still a comparison, but you're talking about 2 quantities that have different units. Before, we're just talking about different things. Now we're talking about a quantity. So this compares 2 quantities with different units. Okay? That is going to be, you're also going to show that as a fraction. So let me show you an example. If I went to the grocery store and I needed to get a pound or 2 pounds of grapes, I want 2 pounds of grapes, but each pound is going to cost me a certain amount. So when I get up to the counter, I give them my grapes and they say $6. Okay. So for $6, I was able to get 2 pounds of grapes. That is my rate. Not my unit rate, just my rate. Now the unit rate means I paid $6 for 2 pounds of grapes. However, I want to know how much does it cost for only 1 pound of grapes. So if you remember, this fraction bar also means to do what? What operation? Division. If I divide 6 by 2, I'm going to get $3 for 1 pound of grapes. Okay, that's it. So you go from the rate to the unit rate. Okay, simple enough. If you need to take a picture or a screenshot, do so now. Each video is only going to be 10 minutes. So we'll focus on this. This is our 10 minutes. And then on the next video, we're going to get into the constant proportionality. That's where you're going to see more of this. We're going to look at more of rate, unit rate, more unit rate. Okay? So here you go. Write it down or take a picture. You can even pause the video. That's why I'm doing a video.